Hi there. I had shown you earlier how the Trinity was used to collapse three kings, three Santa Claus, uh, into one king, one Santa Claus. And it goes back to Jesus, the birth of Jesus, and when the three wise men, three kings came to visit bearing gifts. So you had this one. You had three kings to one king. You had Neanderthal, Malquire. You had Denisov and Caspar, and you had Balthasar, Sapien, and they collapsed them into Santa Claus. Santa Claus. The I was reading an article this morning about Black Santa and this kind of tension that Santa's, a white guy, and everyone's thinking Santa's a white guy, but Santa's not a white guy. They use the Trinity. They use the three kingdoms use the Trinity to collapse the three species, Neanderthal, Denisov, and Sapien, into white guy Santa. Okay, so which isn't fair because the gift givers on this planet are vast. They're every single color, every single shape, size, gender. There's a lot of Santas. I'm not really fond of using the term Santa, but let's call them really, really good people who bring the gift of love and joy and respect for their fellow people and creatures of the planet, and people who love Rudolph. That sounds like Adolf now. Anyway, the ones who'll stick up for the ones who no one else will stick up for. There's the Trinity, but there's also the Doppelganger. Okay, the Trinity really is a doppelganger if you look at it with the yin yang. Okay, the yin yang. This is Jesus as a doppelganger. Okay, let me get the light right here. So Jesus, a doppelganger? How's that? So as you remember, a doppelganger is you put something that people like next to something that people hate. So you put the 1960s peace and love movement next to the Vietnam War, and you manage that like really tight. You manage it very carefully on both sides. You could do the Dakota Access Pipeline right now. The protesters and the pipeline company. Sit them side by side. There's a lot of people in the protest movement who do not want the pipeline, but the warrior class is infused into the protest movement, a bunch of agents that want to undermine or manage the protest so it doesn't interfere with the business of the pipelines. Okay, it's just like they managed the 1960s peace movement to not interfere with the war because they wanted the war. The Humboldt hippies and the Weyerhaeuser lumber barons. There's just some videos on that I talk about. But Jesus is a doppelganger. Okay? So you have the three kings. They're warrior kings. They're badasses. They brought some gifts, but they were basically bringing gold, oil, and minerals to Jesus and his family and his clan, because they were about to take the front stage for the next several thousand years, maybe forever, being the one who collapses the three king warriors into the one king peacemaker. So, and that costs money, Show me the money, man. If you want me to do that, if you want me to be the collapsed version of you, give me the money, okay? That's the Jesus family. It's like, dude, you're gonna kill my kid, all right? You're gonna tell this bullshit story, so it's gonna cost you. So they basically, the yin yang is a doppelganger. In this case, you have the warrior class here that they need to keep going. It needs to be maintained. You got your three fathers. It needs to exist. It always has existed. Three fathers has never not existed. It just has been under the covers, hidden from everybody. But it's always been the driving force of everything. Okay, don't be fooled. Meanwhile, Jesus is here. Just sit right next to it as the peacemaker, to make sure, the warrior class can keep on moving forward as what it actually is. It's three kingdoms. And they use Jesus, the one king, to do it. But if Jesus, let's say, if Jesus were to ever actually create peace on the planet, to actually overwrite all the warring behavior of everyone on the planet with love, I guarantee you the three kings would say no to Jesus. Just like that. Okay. Story in the middle. 4 legs on a chair is great. But if that 4th leg, that story in the middle, stops working, cut it out and write a new story, even if it's Jesus. And so I guess I'm kind of asking you all to write a new story in the middle and let that story be the truth of the Trinity. That we're 3 species and mixtures. And with that, when we remove the doppelganger of Jesus, I know it's a hard one. It's not easy to do. We don't have to fully get rid of Jesus and the message of Jesus, but Jesus cannot be in the center of the Trinity because of why he was put there in the first place. He was put there to deceive everyone that we have 3 fathers and 3 mothers, and that can't be forgiven. We can't move forward with that. So Jesus is going to have to be one of the many stories in the Trinity, but the story in the middle of the Trinity is that we have 3 papas and 3 mamas. The truth. Have a good day. Bye.